I wonder if Locked On Giants is hiring.
They might be, Bob.
Yeah, Bob. Ben Caspick is leaving, apparently. He announced it on the show.
I need a new gig. Somebody call my agent.
Bob, isn't Matthew your agent? Like, what are you talking about?
You know, like, he's kind of a free agent. He kind of does what he wants. It's complicated. But I would think that, like, before Bob, like, they call you, Ben, or they get a hold of you.
Oh, yeah, I think that too. They probably would reach out to me before Bob. Probably before you too.
Yeah, probably. But the problem is you don't check your DMs. Maybe they already did reach out and you don't even know about it.
Oh, crap. That's actually true. Okay, no. I'm not even going to go check. I'm not even going to go check because, number one, they probably sent me an email, and I hate opening that thing because just all this stuff comes spilling out. But Matthew, I wouldn't leave Giant Cocktails anyway. If I were to go to a different show, I'd have to bring you with me.
Oh, thanks, Ben. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'd leave you in a second.
What? You would leave me in a second to go to Locked On. Is that what you're saying?
That's where the money is, Ben. That's where the money is.
You know what? Fine. I don't need you anyway. I don't need you anyway. Ben's free. How about the Ben and Ben show? Somebody call Ben Caspick. Is there anything Bob can say?
Welcome to Giant Cocktails, where the losses hurt, but the cocktails help. Here are your hosts, Ben and Matthew Henry.
Welcome to episode 313 of Giant Cocktails. Matthew, Madison Bumgardner, the Mad Gardener himself, had a .313 career ERA with the Giants between 2009 and 2019, during which he became the greatest postseason pitcher of all time.
Couldn't have written it better myself, Ben.
You did write it. You did write it. And honestly, briefly, as I was reading the fact, Matthew, in my mind, I was like, whoa, 313 ERA, that's the same as our episode number. True story. True story. I literally just had that thought in my head.
It's funny how that works sometimes, huh?
Yeah. We've been doing this for the whole season. And I just cracked the code. I just figured it out. That's pretty clever.
Thank you.
Wow.
You could thank the old Andrew Baggerly podcast when they used to do it.
With Grant Brisbee.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you stole this from them. I see.
I totally ripped it off. Yeah. But they weren't using it anymore because they haven't recorded it.
Yeah,
in
they
years.
stopped doing the podcast. Wow. Okay. Well, I would congratulate you on that. Now that I've just figured out that that's what we've been doing, but I'm not because you stole it from somebody else. So but hey, you know what? Good job being a fanboy of Brisbee and Baggerly.
Enough with the banter. Let's talk cocktails.
Oh, yes, let's talk cocktails. That's probably better.
What are you drinking, Ben?
Oh, what am I drinking? Well, Bob, thank you for asking. That's very kind of you. Bob, let me take you down to Strawberry Fields. Forever. Because that's what I'm drinking. And what is in a Strawberry Fields Forever? Well, you're going to have to wait till the end of the show to find out, when we will reveal the recipe. And that's what I'm drinking.
What are you drinking, Matthew?
Bob, I'm drinking a Brown Derby. Maybe one of the worst names ever given to a cocktail. But there's actually reasons why it was named that, and I'll tell you all about it at the end of the episode.
It's named after a hat. The Derby hat. Boom, done.
Or a building.
Story over. Or what?
Or a building.
Oh. Well, now I'm intrigued. Anyway, today is Sunday, July 27th, as we record this podcast. I didn't watch any of the games over the weekend because I needed a break from baseball. Had to dedicate myself to my regular responsibilities, like sitting in my underwear in my office playing video games.
Somebody's got to do it.
That's right.
Job.
Somebody's got to do it. And I'm running out of time to do that. So I had to do it with serious effort. So I just have to go quickly look at the record. 1 second. Let me check. Dear God! What the hell? Your San Francisco Giants went 0-3 this weekend against the New York Mets. Basically, they're like the spiritual children of the Giants. And they whooped up on us.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Bringing the Giants record to 54-52. They've pissed it all away. They've pissed it all away. But I'm chill. I'm fine. I actually did watch the games over the weekend. I only wish that I'd spent it sitting in my underwear playing video games.
Ben, it just seems like not that long ago we were 12 games over 500. What happened?
It wasn't that long. They sucked, Matthew. They sucked. They traded for Rafael Devers, and then they were all like, well, we don't need to do anything now. And then they sucked. I don't know what happened. What happened was, well, you know what happened for this last 3 games? You and I went and we were like, oh, let's be positive. What if they all get hot? No. And I let you name that episode, and look what happened. Every single time we give the episode an optimistic title, they suck. It's our fault.
Okay. All right. I'm man enough to take full responsibility for that.
Okay, good.
I agree. I shouldn't have been as optimistic. I don't know what I was thinking, Ben. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah. Well, anyway, after all of that, they're third in the National League West, 7 games out of first, 3 games behind the Padres. Worse than that, they're 5th in the wild card race, 3 games out of the final spot, and 2 games behind the Reds, who are in the first spot out. So, what are we going to do about it?
Bitch and moan?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I thought we would do. You know, the same old. Same old, really. I thought what we'll do is we'll get some drinks, we'll get into our closets, and we'll just bitch and moan about it, because that's what. How does that sound to you, listeners?
Well,
yeah?
we've been doing that since 1980. I mean, it's been a long time of bitching.
As soon as I understood what I was saying was bitching and moaning. But it's like, I think I learned that from my mother. She was like, quit your bitching and moaning. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I can't bitch and moan about her parenting anymore to her now that I'm a big old 4 years old. So I'm going to go complain about the San Francisco Giants to Matthew. And that is how it's been ever since. And was I drinking then? Yes, I was. Yeah. So anyway, what we're going to talk? Well, no, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the Mets. We're going to talk about the miserable Mets. Who weren't so miserable?
We don't have to. We could just skip that.
Well, I mean, we could just have Bob give out advice again. Is that what we should do? That was our best downloaded episode in weeks, Matthew. Was the Bob gives advice episode?
That tracks, actually.
People, you're weird. You're weird. I don't get it. Like we invented the show. Like Bob is a figment of our imagination, and you would rather. It makes no sense. I don't understand it. But anyway, so we could do that. But no, Matthew, that's not the show. That's not the show. Plus, that's not the show we prepared. You didn't go write all these weird questions and make up fictional people to answer them. And so we can't do that. So we're going to have to talk about the Mets series.
Okay. All right.
But then I thought we could get down to reality. That's my job on the show, Matthew, and I haven't been doing it. We've been pissing away we went 8-1 at the beginning of the season. We were 7 games over 500, and now here we are, 2 games over 500, and it's because 4 games over 500, and it's because I, Ben, haven't been doing my job. And I got to do my job. Sorry.
Wait. So what are we doing in the second segment?
We're going to talk about how the 2025 season is on life support. This is real, dude. This is real. They're pissing it all away. If they keep going in this direction, it's not about like, are they going to make the playoffs? It's going to be like, are they even going to be at homeostasis? Right now, Matthew, their trajectory is like they're going to have the worst season they've had since 2019. That's going to be the first season of Buster Posey's legacy. And so, or second legacy, I should say. It's not looking like it's going to be much of a legacy, right? That's where they're going. And so the question is it fatal? Is this patient going to make it or not? And Matthew and I were going to fight about it.
Yeah, because of course it's going to make it.
Of course it's not going to make it. Exactly, that's what I said. So we're going to fight about that. But first, we have some tidbits, and we have so many tidbits. Why are there so many tidbits, Matthew?
You just said, add it to the tidbits. So I did. And some of them could be condensed into one tidbit.
Okay. Ready? Okay, go.
Roop to the IL.
Poop. No, Matthew. Okay, hang on. Poop.
Yeah. Poop.
Should I use that as the beep over your S-bomb? Because I was just going to use my poop, my poop as the beep over the S-bomb.
Oh, do whatever you want, man. You're
okay. We'll figure it out in the edit. Okay, but that sucks. But it does make a little. I don't know this is why, but something else exciting is happening, Matthew. Something that we've all been clamoring for.
It's the Wizenhunt era is about to begin, isn't it, Ben?
That's right. It's Carson Wizenhunt.
When in doubt, just say Carson, Ben.
Just say Carson is going to make his major league debut on Monday against the Pirates.
I thought that was really kind of them to actually wait till the Pirates instead of the Mets on Sunday.
It sounds like a Monday night start against one of the worst hitting teams in baseball. I mean, he can't start against the Giants, so, that's unfortunate. But no, actually, the Pirates are a worse hitting team than the Giants. And have been all season. Just they're worse than the Giants. And I know that's hard to believe, folks. Whenever Matthew and I look at the stats, it blows me away that the Giants are not the worst.
There's actually like 4 or 5 teams consistently below the Giants.
Yeah, exactly. That's mind-blowing to me. There are 4 or 5 teams out there that are worse than that. And one of them is the Pittsburgh Pirates. So Carson Wizenhunt will lose 1-0. He'll go 5. He's barely going to pitch 5. He'll get out of it. He won't give up any runs. No, he'll get the 1 run. And then the bullpen will come in and be lights out, but the Giants will score 0 runs. So, the usual. But then that brings up a good question, Matthew. There is not room on the 40-man for Mr. Wizenhunt or for the 26-man. It's a
roster crunch.
Oh, my God, Bob, it happened. It happened.
It really is a roster crunch. Oh, my God, I can't believe this.
Yeah, it's because they forced it to happen, right? They made it happen because they said, we're calling this guy up. It's not because a guy got healthy.
No.
Right? So it's a self-imposed crunch. But nonetheless, we're going to give it to you. Bob and I know you've been wanting it, so we're going to give it to you.
Well, who is going to, there's some things to be done, right? First, you got to get him on the 40-man. And so then who gets bumped off the 40-man? And one easy way of doing that is take somebody who's injured and put them on the 60-day IL, which right now maybe is Eric Miller. But then that means that Eric Miller doesn't come back until early September.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that either. But at the same time, Gage and Lucchesi have been kind of doing their job as the lefties. So maybe that's the move. I don't know. It'll be interesting. And then the 40-man, the active roster, I'm thinking probably like someone like Sean Jelly.
Yeah, that seems like the easier choice there. Like, Sean has not had a great season.
But I think what this does do, Ben, is that it makes maybe starting pitching a little bit more higher on the trade deadline priority list. In fact, on Sunday Night Baseball, I know you don't get ESPN, but Buster went on in there and they asked him, blank, what are you doing for the trade deadline? And he tried to play it cool by like, we're keeping all our options open. But then he did say, but you never have enough pitching.
Yeah, especially when you traded 2 of it away.
Yeah, so don't be surprised if they bring in some like journeyman or older guy that can eat a few innings and just hold down the fort.
I'm just going to tell you guys, that older guy that they bring in, he's going to suck, okay? He's going to be awful. So don't get your hopes up. And don't listen to all the dribble-drabble about how he's so good and he's crafty and he knows how to lead and whatever, blah, 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 blah. Veteran leadership, yada, yada, yada. He's going to suck. It's going to be horrible. That's what's going to happen.
Another alternative, Ben.
Oh, yes. I would like to hear this.
Kai-Wei
Oh, stop it.
Tang.
Okay. Why?
Well, first of all, you don't hear from him ever since he got released, right? Then he cleared waivers, they signed him back, and you haven't heard a thing about him. And all of a sudden, like, I've seen his name several times in publications. Sometimes where there's smoke, there's fire. And Kai-Wei Tang actually did, I don't know if you remember the story. He was sitting in the outfield with Spencer Bivens in spring training. I was like, dude, how did you get so good? And Spencer Bivens says, I went to this place in North Carolina. And so Kai-Wei Tang got on his phone right then and there and signed up. Well, apparently it did good. He lost 15 pounds, added a few miles per hour to his fastball, and is actually pitching fairly well. So maybe Kai-Wei Tang will make an appearance here in the coming weeks.
If I recall, Matthew, you said that he went out on his phone and signed up right then and there in the outfield was hyperbole. You didn't know that actually happened.
It happened, Ben. It happened. That's what I'm going with.
Oh, God. All right. Okay. Listen, you have successfully wasted 4.5 minutes of the Mets conversation. So good for you.
Thank you. I got one more to waste.
I know, because we can't bypass this. This is the most important one of the ball. Somebody made it into the Hall of Fame. Yet another Giant is in the Hall of Fame.
That's right. And it's not you or me.
Well, we haven't been doing it long enough.
That's true.
You got to get at least 10 years. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. But Lucille has been doing it for a long time.
Okay, wait.
Lou! Ooh, I like that. That's a good one.
Yeah,
good job.
Yeah. Thank you. I can't do the Roop one because I've got a solidarity with Hayden.
Okay, I get it. I get it. But what I was impressed with the star power that Lucille attracted. I mean, he had the Philly fanatic there. I mean, Mr. Met makes sense because the Mets were in town.
Sure.
And then Crazy Crab shows up. Like, we're just supposed to forget. Like, we're supposed to just be like, okay, this is like the drunk uncle showing up for Thanksgiving. Like,
this is pretty bad. Like, this is like, oh, he's made it to the Hall of Fame, oh, did he? It used to be my job.
Well, then he screwed it up because they did the kiss cam thing, a la Coldplay. Okay. And what do we find out? Ben Krabby is banging Lucille's mom.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Mrs. Seal and Crazy?
Mrs. Seal is a
horse. Matthew Henry. No,
I'm sorry. I'm just really upset. I feel really bad for Mr. Seal.
Well, what did Papa Seal have to do about it?
He was upset, man. His hands were in his flippers. I mean, his head was in his flippers.
Yeah, his flippers were in his hands. Yeah, I get
Something like that. Yeah. I don't know what it was, but he was upset. And then Lou was like mad at Crab, like as you should be. And so, yeah, like I don't even know why they brought him in. I don't know why you're bringing Crazy Crab back. They just keep showing up, man.
It's just, yeah. And kids, that's how you get crabs. All right, Matthew, it's time to move on now to our first segment, which you have successfully shortened to 5 minutes. So we're going to blaze.
Yes, I did.
We're going to blaze through this the misery that was the New York Mets, or like always, we're just going to let the show go long. You already know, listener. What's interesting is you know whether or not we let it go long, or if this was a 48-minute show. If it's a 55-minute show, it's Matthew's fault because he wanted to talk about Lucille's family drama.
It's better than talking about the Mets.
Yes.
I don't want to talk about the Mets.
I will agree that it is better talking than talking about the Mets. What I dislike about the team right now is they have these moments where they play really good baseball. Score a lot of runs. The pitching is what the pitching is. And then you feel like, man, if they could just do that a few more times. And then you think, okay, why don't we just say that? Why don't we just say that what if they all get hot? And we'll put that in the show and we'll call that the title of our episode. And because people like positive episode titles and yada, yada, yada. And then they do this. I mean, Friday night sucked, dude.
It really did, because I was thinking, wow, we've got Webb and Ray lined up before the inevitable bullpen game. And I'm thinking we have a good chance of going 2-3 here. Or 2-1 rather. And then it just from the beginning, it just was ugly, and poor Logan Webb just couldn't get out of things. And next thing I know, not that it mattered. I mean, the Giants weren't going to score any runs anyway. I mean, it doesn't matter when the pitcher gives up like a gazillion runs when the offense scores 0 or somewhere close to that number. And they were 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position. And folks, that was a theme this weekend.
Yeah, it was. But I think the thing that really annoyed me about it was that, Webb got in a little bit of trouble. And then, because it's just like typical Logan Webb stuff, right? Like I've talked about this in the past. What makes Logan Webb good is that he's good in the aggregate, right? He gets a lot of ground balls. He's gotten better with strikeouts this season. But I think that has sort of tailed off, right? Like he's not as effective with that pitch repertoire that he was using at the beginning of the season that was resulting in a lot of strikeouts. That's not as effective as it was because I think the league has adjusted to it. So he's not getting as many of those strikeouts now, which he could leverage to get out of the situations when he got into trouble by giving up the inevitable hits that he does. And so, again, the hits bunched together. He gave up 2 runs, could have gotten out it with nothing. But anyway, you're like, okay, fine. And then the Giants come out, and the Mets pitcher looks awful. Looks like, oh, yeah, we got this guy on the ropes. But then all they can do is put together 1 run against him, and then he pitches 5 innings, going 1 inning longer than Logan Webb, and then Webb gives up 6 earnings. It's just like, gah, gah. And that's, it was really the 4th inning where I was just like, oh, you gotta be like, oh. Anyway, it's like our ace has not been very ace-like for the last few games. And this one got out of hand early, and then once you saw that they could not put something together against this guy who was struggling, you just knew, like, okay, like the Giants bats aren't showing up tonight. And
well, they didn't show up all weekend. I mean, they scored less than 2 runs a game. But
I had a little bit of hope on Friday night, Matthew, is what I'm trying to say.
I'm the master of hope, man. I'm the master of hope, and I had hope going in, and then it got dashed. But then I'm like, okay, Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray Winday.
Robbie Ray Winday.
But then the hitters decided,
Phooey.
You, Robbie Ray. Because, again, 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position. And what made this game particularly difficult is that they were close the whole way. And I got this feeling, Ben. I had a feeling that they were going to pull it out. That there was going to be something that was going to, just happen.
Hooked on a feeling.
I did. I had a feeling. And the 9th inning rolls around, and Schmidt hits a ball that has a expected batting average of 750, but it's caught.
Yeah.
Then Lee hits a rocket off the arcade. It would have been a home run in 29 other ballparks, except that one to tie the game. It would have been a game-tying home run. And then, but he's on second with Bailey coming up, and we all know Bailey. Bailey after 7th inning is money, right?
This is a win. This is, or it's a tie game. It's a tie game.
And he does his thing, man. He rips a line drive, and Pete Alonso, he doesn't have hops, but he managed to get him just enough.
Bear for nothing.
Just enough that had an expected batting average of 730, and just that's the Giants. That's the microcosm of the Giants season, Ben.
Yeah, yes. Like, this team needs luck, and it hasn't been getting any. Like, it needs luck on the best of days, right? Well, and I'm not going to, that's not true. They got lucky for 6 weeks. The thing is, we didn't know it was luck. Some people did. Some people said it might be luck.
I think Ben Kaspick said it was
luck.
Yeah,
Ben Kaspick did. And where's he now?
Out of a job. So you could talk. You can't talk, but I got a job. Between 3 of us, I'm the only one that's working. So whatever.
I don't know. I thought that was his hobby.
I hope so. I hope so for Ben's sake.
Anyway, the point is, this team needs luck, and they haven't been getting any luck for 2.5 months. And I agree. And it was more of that today.
Yeah. Well, but before we go into today, I do want to. A couple things happened on Saturday that really kind of piqued my interest, and one was like, what was the fourth or fifth inning? Bases loaded, Jung Hoo Lee up to bat with one out, and he has a bunt attempt. He attempts to bunt.
Yeah.
And our friend Andrew Baggerly of The Athletic did a great breakdown of this at bat, and he brought in the stats of like how many bunt attempts were in the last 5,000 plus plate appearances with the bases loaded, and there were only like 12.
Yeah, well, this year there have only been 2 other attempts in that situation.
And so it just shows you how I think what it showed me was that Jung Hoo Lee's confidence in his abilities right now is at an all-time low.
Well, same as mine. My confidence in his abilities is also at an all-time low. So anyway, I'm concerned about that. You got a guy that's one of the best bat to ball guys, in the league, and he's bunting with the bases loaded. Just makes no sense. I agree.
And then the other issue though was that Rafi Devers at first base.
Look. Okay, he made one bobble. Did you think he was going to be perfect? What did you think? What did you think was going to... No, seriously, Matthew, what did you think was going to happen with Mr. Devers at first base? Did you think he was going to be perfect all the time?
No, this is about what I thought. But they can't really afford to do that kind of stuff when they're only scoring 1 run. So it's just, they want his bat in the lineup, obviously, and it's clear. And then putting him at first allows them to cycle other people through the DH. So there's some benefits for that. But there are also some detriment to that. And this we saw that come to play on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a great situation. I agree. I think there's a very simple solution to this problem. And we're going to talk about it in the next segment.
I do too. But I also feel like we've heard the organization say, oh, you need to play first base. You need to learn first base. You need to, it's a difficult position to play. You can't just throw a guy out there. You got to give him some reps.
You're stealing my exact argument. You're stealing my argument from later in the show. And you know it because we've already worked on I know what you're doing.
That was your argument. I'm just saying, why do we put Devers out there? Anyway,
it's totally hypocritical because Devers is an old veteran. That's why. This is exactly what people were afraid of when Buster took over. They were worried about this favoritism towards the old guys, that just doing it, leaving everything the way and just doing old school stuff was going to result in choices and decisions like this. And this is the worst of, yes, this is it happening.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The old guy gets to play first base and learn the job while in the major leagues because he's the old guy. Because he's a good hitter. That's why. Right? And I mean, there is some logic here, which is he's a proven good hitter. And so we know that when he's playing, that he can hit. So this is really just about learning the first base job. It's not about doing both. And I get it. But on the other hand, I do think it is a little hypocritical to be saying this guy's going to learn the job while playing at the major league level and possibly cost us games, but we can't possibly have this other guy come up and do the same thing because he's 8 years younger.
Because he's 20 years old. Yeah. Okay. Well, game 3. I don't want to go into game 3.
8 years younger. 8 years younger.
Game 3, bullpen game. Matt Chapman and Willie Adames were the only ones to decide to show up. 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. So if you can't do the math, that's 0 for 23 for the weekend with runners in scoring position.
But this was all Randy Rodriguez's fault. He sucks. Cut him. You heard me.
I was thinking Jelly's fault, but
Randy gave up the game tying and the game go ahead home run. I don't know what else you need, man.
Well,
that was pretty unclutch. That sucked, Randy. I never thought you were any good. Okay. And look what you did in the All-Star game. We all remember.
All right.
Okay, somebody out there feels that way, Matthew. Somebody out there actually feels that way.
But
all right. But it's time to move on. Matthew.
Yes.
You and I have been fanboys all season long. Listen, I've done my part. I've tried to be the cynical guy. I've tried to say the things that can't be said by anybody else. I got the Jung hooligans all riled up.
Yeah, you did.
Well, you know what? They've stopped coming. They don't line up at my door anymore. You know why?
Because they know you're right?
Yeah, that's right. So, but here's the thing. We keep saying that there's hope. We keep saying that they can turn it around. We keep saying that there's a path forward, that
Exactly.
This is a playoff contending team.
That's right.
And I think we have to start to entertain the idea that this is not a playoff contending team, that the 2025 season is in fact on life support. And I regret to inform you, it's fatal. The patient,
'tis a flesh wound.
The patient is not going to make it. And that's what we're going to be talking about, Matthew. I guess you're going to rebut. You're going to take the opposite side, it seems as though.
Yes, because you're full of
Poop. Right, okay.
I'm sorry, because you're full of phooey.
God, why do you keep doing that? Why? What is up with you today? You know what
I
it
don't
is?
know.
You know why? You know why you're dropping all the S-bombs and calling Lucille's mother a horse? Is because you agree with me. You agree. It's bad. Okay, but here, let me break it down for you. Got to loosen up a little bit. All right, I'm just going to do this. I'm not going to talk about the pitching. The pitching for the San Francisco Giants is great. Mostly. I'm going to talk mostly about what's not great. Starting with the man himself, Jung-Hoo Lee. Overpaid, overrated, waste of money. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Like, all those hopes, all those dreams, he ain't ever going to make the All-Star game. He's not going to be what you all think he's going to be. Waste of money, waste of time. But a decent center fielder. I will give him that. Right fielder, though. I mean, at least Jung-Hoo Lee's there. We don't have a right fielder. Second baseman. Don't have one of those either. First base. Well, we do have one, but Buster won't call him up because he hasn't played first base enough. But as you just pointed out, it's okay for Rafael Devers to play first base for the first time in his life after not playing any position for a year and a half. But this other guy, he can't play first base because a year and a half ago, he was in high school. You know, like what? Meanwhile, one of these guys is hitting home runs every day. And it's not Rafael Devers. I'm not saying take Devers out of the lineup, but I'm just saying, if you want to have a first baseman / DH who hits bombs, the Eldritch Knight is in Sacramento, Buster, waiting for his moment. Also,
do you think that Bryce Eldridge wore a tux to the prom, or was it like a suit with like Nike like shoes?
I think he didn't go to the prom because he was at batting practice hitting bombs. That's what I think.
Chicks dig the long ball. He went to the prom.
Okay, yeah, he went to the prom. He went in he didn't go in a tux. They don't wear ties these days. He went with a loose tie thing. He didn't, and he wore some like fancy vest that was like blue or green or whatever to match his date's dress. I don't know why. I don't know why I know so much about that. Anyway, point is, Matthew, catcher. Well, we have one, but unfortunately, that's all he does. He just catches the ball. He doesn't hit. He's so bad that you and I think that Madison Bumgarner should come and DH for him. And that's where we should use the DH. All right. And you know what? Bob Melvin. I don't know that he's so great after all. This team sure doesn't seem very fired up. Jung-Hoo Lee doesn't have the confidence to swing away with no outs and the bases loaded.
One out, but still, I get your point. I get your point.
So, how come you don't know that? How come you're not fixing it? How come this team is so down on itself? How come you stopped running? How come, what's going on? I don't know. I have my doubts. Would you like to rebut any of that, or should I get to the good guys now, Matthew, who aren't so good after all?
I'll wait my turn.
Okay. I'm going to speed round it now. Elliot Ramos, too many simple mistakes, every day, all the time, just cut it out, dude. Matt Chapman, could you not go away on a fishing trip for 10 days, all the time? You just disappear for 10 days. And then you have like 5 days where you're there, and then boom, you're gone for another 10 days. Seriously, dude. Mr. Devers, you are sitting way close to Robbie Ray. I know you don't understand this, but you don't want to be that close to Robbie Ray. And I feel like what's been happening is that he has been like sucking the mojo out of you. It's a curse that he learned from the guy from the type, whatever. You're just sitting too close to Robbie Ray. So if you could just move to the other side of the clubhouse, I think that would solve a lot of our problems. Willie Adonis, way too much time buying purple clothing during the first half of the season, not enough time playing baseball. Also, now, lightning round. Randy Rodriguez, he can't be good every day, Matthew. Also, another point, Justin Verlander, enough said. Landon Roop, our one good young pitcher, hurt. Hayden Birdsong, well, he's rooming with Tyler Fitzgerald. And our ace, Logan Webb, all he is a box score ace. And finally, my last point. Luck. We have none. This season's over. The patient is dead already. You all just won't accept it. It's time to pull the plug. I rest my case.
All right, so now I got to rebut that, huh?
You do.
Okay.
You can't. All right. You can't, but you do.
All right. I'm gonna rebut it. Here it goes. Nuh-uh. All you said, I'm like rubber and you're like glue. Bounces off me and sticks to you. But first of all, no luck. Well, luck has got to turn around sometime. Okay. You can't be unlucky through the entire season. And so luck's going to turn around.
Right. Because that's the way luck works.
Exactly. And then and second, here is a really good statistical analysis on my part.
Okay.
They can't be this bad, Ben.
But I mean,
okay, they can't be. They can't be. I mean, look at these guys. You got all-stars left and right. You got all-stars in the pitching staff. You've got guys who won the all-star game. You've got guys that have attended the all-star game on offense. They can't be this bad. And next, you talked about pitching, right? You said you weren't going to talk about pitching. But that still counts. Okay, I mean, you can't just be like, we can't score any runs, so we're gonna lose every game. No, the pitching still exists. Okay, in even in Ben Fantasyland. Okay,
I agree that they're good, and I did mention the pitching. I mentioned Justin Verlander.
Of course you did. Second of all, and I'm not going to say anything other than Wilber Flores. Okay, and then Roop has been good, and granted he's on the IL, but he's only going to miss 2 games. Okay, that's their projection. He'll be back. His elbow will be good as new, and everything's going to be fine. Finally, well, I don't know about finally, but another thing is that the September schedule. If you go to the September schedule, Ben, and tally up how they've done over the course of, what their schedule is like in September. Okay, their opponents in September are 541 and 620 with a 466 winning percentage. So all they got to do is stay close. And then in the month of September, they're going to just win 2 out of every 3 series, or every game in every series, and they're gonna run away with that third wild card, and they're gonna get in, and that's all you need. I don't care where they get in on the wild card spot. I don't care if it's the third wild card. I just want them to get in, and they have a legitimate shot because they're not that bad, they're not that unlucky, and their schedule lines up really well. So that's my argument.
I think they are pretty unlucky. It's been pretty bad.
Oh, it's been awful. It's been awful. But they're only 3 games out of that spot. You can't just write them off. Okay, I know you want to. I know you're like, this is it. But they're only 3 games out, and they still have 2 months left in the season. 2+ months. So as easy and as tempting it is to say that the season is done, they're on life support, they're dying, the fact is that they are not dead, and they still have an opportunity to come back and squeak into that last wild card spot. So, heck, they're only 7 games out of first place. If they got hot and the Dodgers continue to struggle, they could even conceivably take over first place in the National League West. The Dodgers aren't running away with this. So I'm not ready to concede anything, Ben. And I don't think most Giants fans are either. Giants are in it, and we just got to have faith.
So your argument is it's not over because it ain't over.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
I like it. I like it. I mean, the wisdom of
fat
Yogi...
lady has not sung, Ben.
That's
okay?
right. That's right. She's not even warming up.
No.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. The wisdom of Yogi Berra, always right. I get it. I understand. But I'm just running alongside the bandwagon right now. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. So I know things were bad. The Mets series did not go well. Mm-hmm. But that's what the Pittsburgh Pirates are for.
Right. And we've got them coming next. I can't. See, this is what I'm talking about, dude. Like,
Look at that record, Ben. Look at that record that they're going against. Look at that run differential. Arr, arr.
What is the matter with you? Do you not remember what the White Sox and the Marlins did to them?
Nope. Don't remember.
God, why do you do this to yourself? I don't understand. Like, if history... okay. Like, you're going off of the Pirates' history, but you're ignoring the Giants' history. You're like, the Pirates are bad because their record is bad, but the Giants' record against the worst teams in baseball, inexplicably bad. You know what? I think this is must-win time. They have to prove they're better than the Pirates, and not just not a wing and a prayer. Like, I want a dominating 2-1 or sweep win.
Okay.
Not
okay,
like
I agree.
we just by the and I don't know, this team doesn't look so good.
Frankly, I think dominating is a word that maybe we should stay away from, but as long as they win at least 2 out of 3, we're still right in this.
Okay, wait a minute though. When is Skeens pitching?
I haven't even looked at it. He's not pitching game 1, and then I didn't look further than that.
You didn't look further than that? You didn't
Do you
look
want
further,
me to look further than that?
Well, because you know we're not going to win that game.
Well, yes, we are.
Why? You can't win if you score 0 runs.
Let's see. No Skeens.
Ooh, all right. For the first 3, because we do play them again in like a week.
Okay, yeah, but that's too far out. But
okay,
for
but
the
at least
first
we're not,
3,
at least
we
we're
do
not getting
not
him
see
twice.
Skeens.
At least we're not getting him twice, right? Because that would be surefire 2 losses there, because the Giants would score 0 runs on those days.
That's right. So tomorrow is, as we said, Carson Wisenhunt against Keller, some guy named Keller who's 4-10 with a 3.53 ERA.
3.53 ERA, that's really good. That's against the Giants. That's like 120.
And then we got Justin Verlander, who's now 1-8 with a 4.70
He's on a winning streak,
ERA.
dude. He's on a winning streak.
Against Falter, who's 7-5 with a 3.82 ERA.
Who's going to? Oh, yeah, this feels good. I feel good about this already. You talking to me?
And then we got Logan Webb.
Oh, damn.
Against some guy named Burrows, who's 1-3 with a 4.15 ERA.
I heard this idiot call Logan Webb a box score ace, and that is just
that's
the
just
most...
BS, man. That's such an idiot.
That is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard anybody say. That's a guy who thinks he's smart but is an idiot.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Isn't it time for the booze, boys?
Yes, Bob. It is. Ask me the thing.
What are you drinking, Ben?
Oh, well, thank you for asking, Bob. That's very kind of you. Today, Bob, I am drinking a cocktail called Strawberry Fields Forever. And what is in a Strawberry Fields Forever? Well, folks, it has strawberry-infused vodka. That you infused yourself, that your significant other infused for you after they cut off the tops of strawberries and then put that into, I don't know, like half of a bottle of vodka.
12 ounces.
12 ounces of vodka, there you go. And let that steep overnight. And oh, by the way, those strawberries were picked in the town of your birth, which Matthew will now disclose.
Phooey.
Oh, good for you. Yeah. And then you take that, you add that to a little bit of simple syrup. I used half an ounce, but if you like it sweet, go an ounce or more. And then I added that to club soda to make a strawberry infused vodka highball, mainly because I just wanted to taste this stuff. And I gotta tell you, this is really good. It's just super easy to make a strawberry infusion at home. You don't have to go buy something gross with a lot of gross sweetener in it. It was really good. That's what I'm drinking today, Bob. The strawberry fields forever. And now, just like Matthew, I'm going to be making strawberry flavored things for a month. Because this is my watermelon.
That's a tasty cocktail.
It was really good. You know what was really weird? Was tasting the strawberry vodka. Because it was tasted just like strawberries. Not sweet at all. Very strange.
Huh, that is strange.
What are you drinking, Matthew?
Well, Bob, I'm drinking a classic cocktail called the Brown Derby. The Brown Derby was made in the 1920s or 30s, somewhere in there, and there was a chain of restaurants called the Brown Derby, and they were actually, the buildings were shaped like a big brown hat.
I knew it.
And so that's where apparently they served this cocktail as one of their staples, and it was called the Brown Derby. And what's in it? Well, it's got 2 ounces of a high-rye bourbon, like Old Forester, Four Roses Single Barrel, or Woodford Reserve, something with a lot of rye in it because you need a little bit of bite in that. 1 ounce of fresh pink grapefruit juice, and then 3/4 ounces of rich honey syrup, which is 2 parts honey, 1 part water. And then 1 dash of orange bitters, which is optional, but highly recommended. You're going to take all those and put them into a cocktail shaker with ice. Give it a good shake for 12 to 15 seconds. You're going to fine strain it into a chilled coupe. And you're going to express a grapefruit twist over the top and drop it in. And it's a very tasty cocktail with some the honey and the grapefruit and the bourbon all play really nicely together. It's a very delightful cocktail. That's what I'm drinking, Bob. The Brown Derby.
That's a tasty cocktail.
Very tasty. Highly recommend. And that's a wrap, folks. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back on Thursday with more Giants content. If you can't wait that long, you can follow us on the socials at places. Just look up at Giant Cocktails. You can also follow us on YouTube, where you can subscribe and follow us. You can also leave comments, and then don't forget you can also do the whole rating us, but only if it's a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Ben, it's been great talking Giants with you. Until next time, cheers, my friend.
That was very good, Matthew.
Thank you.
Cheers, Matthew. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to the Giant Cocktails Podcast. Until next time, bottoms up.
And that doesn't count the pitching.
Ba-dum-bum.
You rim-shotted that joke. Of every joke we've ever done on Giant Cocktails, you just decide to rim-shot that one.
Fair. Okay, I'm sorry.
Anyway, let's see. Damn it, man. What are you doing to me?
Sorry.
God.
And then the Giants said, "Phooey you, Robbie Ray."
Well, I'll phooey the other one. But just tone it down a little bit, man.
All right.
You all right?
I'm good. I just need to get that out,
Yeah.
You know, it's hard playing the optimist when the Giants are
I thought
sucking,
you did a real good job. You did a real good job. What I thought was amazing was that your rebuttal basically was nuh-uh. But by the end, it was like, I could just see Giants.
Kind of made sense, didn't it? By the end,
I could see Giants Nation all up on their soapboxes too, and they were all like, death to Ben, death to Ben. It was like, wow, Matthew has really stirred up the irrational mob. That's totally wrong. But I do want to commend you for that. That was really nice. That was pretty good.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Anything for the team.
Yeah. Good job. Good job. Hey, hey, you didn't actually hear from Locked On, did you?
No. Yeah. They don't want either of us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not going to bother to go check my email and my social medias, but I'm pretty sure they don't want me.
No, because you'd be getting all the hate mail.
And I wouldn't be replying to it. And then, I talk way too much. I can't be on a show where there's like 7 minutes of talking and 13 minutes of ads.
No, you could not.
Or 23 minutes of ads. I guess it is. Yeah, I couldn't. That's just not going to work for me.
Well, that's why we do it for free over here.
That's right. That's right. That's why we do it for free, just because we don't want ads to take up our airtime.
And the fact that nobody's paying us.
Well, we've never asked anybody to pay us. That's a slight problem. It's a slight problem.
If any listener would like to pay us, we will gladly take it.
Okay, yeah, okay. How would they pay us, Matthew?
I'll take cash.
Okay, folks, you're free to drive to Matthew's place and pay him.
Heck, I'd settle for free booze.
That too. You're free to ship us either free booze. But, I don't want my PII out there, so, I would prefer that you didn't, because if you did, I'd freak out. I'd be like, oh, no, they found me.
That's what post office boxes are for.
But I don't have one. This is my point, Matthew. What I'm saying is that we haven't done what we need to do to make it possible for us to be compensated. And that's why they can trust us. We're not in this for the money.
No, we are not.
We're in it for the vibes and the good times.